All right, so always take care of an extra E and S, otherwise you will going to lose marks in your TF, TCF or DEF exams. And guys, I'm really sorry that today the video was late. Um, it was late, plus while talking, I was doing a lot of mistakes today. Because that my student will going to appear for his TF exam soon, so I have to teach him for like 6 days a week. And on the seventh day, on every Sunday, I conduct his 4 hour test. 4 hour test, yeah, I know. So it's a big deal for me. It's exhausting. Hello guys, I forgot to turn on the camera again. I was feeling very low, but now I'm feeling very good. Sorry. Uh, Let me just rub all these things. Namaste guys. So today the topic is Le Passe composé. So always remember that you need to add an extra LE, LA or LS article before writing even normal things like passé composé, le passé composé. All right. So without wasting our time, first of all, let's understand what is passé composé. Now, suppose this is timeline, this is where you are, this is where you are, present tense. Anything which has happened in the past and ended in the past itself is your passé composé. Why I'm teaching you at this point of time is because I don't want you to do the mistake when we will going to learn about imperfect. This is first thing. Second thing. Your second thing is that there is one simple thing. Anything happened in just happened. Anything just happened is not your past and it is passé récent. Passé récent, recent past. There is difference between recent past and past tense. All right, always keep this in mind. First thing, rule number one is anything which has started in past tense, ended in past tense. First thing. Second thing, anything just before the present, just before, remember the word, just before the present is your passé récent, not your past tense. Recent past, not your past tense. So let's observe the structure, how you will going to make sentences. So first of all, you have to add a subject and then avoir or adverb, and then the auxiliary verb, the verb auxiliary. Auxiliary verb क्या होती हैं? What are auxiliary verbs? I'll going to teach you first thing. Second thing, I'll going to share with you some tricks because of which you won't have to put extra effort in mugging up all those verbs like dire, di, finir, fini. No, I'm going to share certain techniques with you, and you're going to learn those techniques, and that's it. Learn only those techniques, and you will you don't have to mug up anything in French language. So suppose in present tense the subject, the sentence is je fais mon devoir. So je is subject, fais is the verb faire. The verb faire. Faire means to do. Verb, and then this is object. Now keep in mind one thing, devoir is a verb also, devoir is a noun also. Here devoir is a noun. All right, why? Because there is mo. If you have not seen the video concerning momame, then I'll gonna leave the description and leave the link in the description section. And devoir is your homework in French language. Now suppose je fais mon devoir, how you're going to make it into past tense is j'ai fait mon devoir. Let's observe the structure. First of all, subject, and then the verb avoir, and then auxiliary verb. This is auxiliary verb, and then the object. Now, what is avoir verb? I'm revising this thing for those who are very weak in French language. All right. J'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, on a. Nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. All right. Now let's see. Now remember, before we go further, remember that 90% of the passé composé depends on avoir verb. 10% depends on adverb, which we will going to learn. All right. Correct. To conjugate. Suppose if the ending is with er, for example, parler verb, then remove this er and put an extra E with an accent aigu. All right. And do not do this mistake. This is not this doesn't exist in French language. This exists, this exists. All right. I mean, there are circumflex, tréma, etc. But keep this in mind to take care of your accent. Otherwise, you're going to lose marks. You'll be penalized heavily. All right. So this is A, parler. IRE will become your IT. Dir will become D. IR will become I. So finir will become your fini. Just write it down in your notebook and revise them again and again. Eth will become your U. Suppose if the ending is with eth, remove this thing and add an extra U. For example, connaître with connu. Now, before we go further, I just want to tell you that this is obligatory in connaître verb. When you write, do not do this mistake of writing it like this. I've seen on many websites that people are doing this stupid mistake. So don't do this stupid mistake. All right. Same logic goes for netre verb. All right. Netre में भी ये आता है. It is some teachers call it chapeau. Some otherwise the real name is circumflex. All right. ENIR will become ENU. For example, venir, venu. RE will become U. For example, vendre, vendu. Now, but there are certain irregular verb patterns. For example, faire, dire will become IT. These things end with IRE and then they will become IT. Prendre will become andre and PRIS. All right. Pouvoir become pew and voir will become view. So keep such things in your mind. All right. So now what you have to do, subject plus avoir verb and then your auxiliary verb. All right, auxiliary verb I just taught you. Now passé composé. This is passé. Now listen guys, before we go further, always remember auxiliary verb is the main verb which will going to tell you what is the intention of your sentence. For example, j'ai fini mon devoir. What you did with your homework depends on this thing, fini. So keep learn these endings I just taught you. Believe me guys, otherwise you will lose marks in your Delphi 2, Delphi 1. Even in Delphi 1 I have seen students doing this mistake, especially students of Alliance Francaise de Delhi and Gurugram. I'm sorry, but teachers are teaching, but yet people are doing this mistake. So don't do these mistakes. Now there are certain sets of verbs which, now remember one thing, that 90% of the passé composé depends on avoir verb. But here, what about 10%? 10% of the verbs will get conjugated with être verb. So what you have to do with être verb here is just remember this one line. Dr. and Mrs. P. Wander Tram. This trick was shared to me by one of my very brilliant students. All right. So otherwise, I was teaching him advent verbs. He's in B1 level. Sorry, he is in A2 level, but I was teaching him something concerning advent verbs. So he taught me. So ये नहीं होता, ये होता है. So learn this thing. All right. Now, let's learn. It is in the same format. All right. Devenir, revenir, mourir, retourner, sortir, passer, venir, arriver, naître. I just told you naître with an extra chapeau or circumflex. Descendre, entrer, rentrer, tomber, rester. Aller, monter, partir. Only these verbs will get conjugated with être verb. But there is one thing. Suppose there is entrer. Sorry. And then someone adds re, then it will become rentre. All right. So keep such things in your mind. All right. Now suppose the sentence is, see, basically what I just taught you is, suppose if you naître. All right, but if Nethr means to be born, to get birth, to be born. All right. Suppose if someone is Nethr, like Jesus Christ, in this case also you will have to use être verb only in the past tense. All right. Re means again in French language, not re, it's re. All right. Now let's learn a few rules concerning être verb. Now let's suppose if the sentence is Je suis allé chez moi, and here the sentence is said by a boy. How? Because there is no extra e or there is no extra s. Hence, sorry, there is no extra e, that's why it is written by a boy. Now let's suppose if a girl is saying or someone is using this sentence for a girl, then how will you do? Elle est allée chez toi. For example, elle is subject, a, être, allée. Now observe carefully, guys, there is an extra e. Why there is an extra e? Because of L. All right, because of an extra, sorry, there is an extra e because of L. All right, chez toi. Now suppose if there is a sentence like this one, elles sont allées blah blah blah. Now why there is an extra es? There is an extra es because of L, this extra e, s because it is plural. All right, it is feminine and a lot of female people are there, plural. All right. All right, so always take care of an extra e and s, otherwise you will going to lose marks in your TF, TCF or DEF exams. And guys, I'm really sorry that today the video was late. It was late, plus while talking I was doing a lot of mistakes today, because that my student will going to appear for his TF exam soon, so I have to teach him for like 6 days a week. And on the 7th day, on every Sunday, I conduct his 4-hour test. 4-hour test, yeah, I know. So it's a big deal for me. It's exhausting now. So I hope you guys won't mind. All right. So that's it from my side, guys. Thank you. Namaste.